The best crypto trading indicators. What are the best crypto indicators? In this video, I'm going to explain to you two simple indicators that I believe are the best crypto indicators. And this may shock you because it's likely going to be different from what you're hearing from a lot of other YouTubers talking about crypto trading. And the sad reality is that most indicators are complete BS. They really have no ability to predict future price. And in this video, I'm going to show you two indicators that I found have been most useful at predicting future price. One is something that's more common that you've probably heard of, and one is something that's very uncommon. So make sure that you stay tuned to this video. We're going to cover all of this so that way you can understand and have a great idea about how to predict crypto tops and bottoms. What's up, guys? My name's Adam Winnig, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the best crypto indicators. If you'd like to stay up to date on everything crypto and like trading crypto, then go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. In this video, we're going to be talking about some contradictory advice regarding crypto trading indicators. We're going to be covering one very common indicator and one uncommon indicator that I bet you've never heard of. Now, let me tell you the backstory about why this is actually relevant and why this is actually important and why this actually works, most importantly. So back in 2017, I was hosting an event in Miami, Florida, and I actually met a guy there that had basically predicted the top of the crypto market top in 2017 with like extreme accuracy, within like $1,000 of the top, and he had made his family like a pretty decent sized fortune in doing so. And he also predicted the market bottom in 2018. Now, this guy, his name is Lee Ryder. He's coins himself the original crypto didact, and he's basically been trading Bitcoin since it was 1 penny before you could even buy it on real exchanges. So he's got as much experience as anyone that I know of. And these are the tools that he uses to predict the tops and the bottoms, like he did in 2017 and 2018. And I'm going to show you how simple this really is. So let's go in here and let's take a look at this. So the first indicator that actually is known as a leading indicator, which is different because most indicators are lagging indicators, right? They just tell you what's happened with price in the past. This is a leading indicator that can give you an idea of what's happened with price in the future. And the first one is something called divergence. Okay, if you're unfamiliar, this is the common one, and then I'll cover the more uncommon one. But this is called divergence, right? Divergence is basically when there's a discrepancy with what's happening on the price chart and what's happening actually in the oscillator. So below here, I have something called the SGA. I'll tell you more about it, but you could use this with the RSI. You could use this with the stochastic, whatever, oscillator that you're using, it doesn't really matter. But here we can clearly see that the market is trending higher and higher, right? Very easy to see. But if we take a look down here, we see that the oscillator is trending downwards. So there's a discrepancy. This is moving upwards and the oscillator is moving downwards. And this is what's known as divergence. And to put it simply so you understand it, basically what this means is that yes, price is increasing, but as you can see, it's losing momentum. It's dying in strength. So this bullish catalyst is actually dying. So if you would have just used divergence, right, you would have been able to predict this local top here when Bitcoin hit around $62,000 and then started coming back down. You could have easily seen that because you see what's happening with divergence. Now, we take a look back here in 2017. This is how Lee actually predicted the top. So we had this giant run up in 2017, which you probably remember. And this is how Lee actually predicted the top. Was he saw divergence actually happening. What do we see right here? We see price moving higher and higher and higher, and we see divergence starting to occur down here where prices where the oscillator is moving lower, okay? So you can do this to predict the tops and the bottoms, okay? And by the way, if you'd like to get access to Lee and he gives his daily analysis and insight as well as his trade ideas, we actually created a Discord community which you can be a part of. You can follow along exactly how he's doing, when he's getting in and out of the markets at bluedgefinancial.com/crypto. And we have a free trial. You can try it out for 7 days, and you only pay for it if you feel like it's worth it. But if you think it'd be helpful to have the insight of somebody that's been in the game since Bitcoin was a penny or over 10 years and who has successfully predicted the tops and bottoms of the market, then you can totally join for 7 days and check it out. And again, the thing that I'll say about Lee is he's not somebody that just talked about it, but he actually bet his wallet that way, which, I know a lot of guys that have actually talked about it, and anybody can say anything on Twitter, on social media, or on YouTube, for example, but to actually bet your wallet that way is a different story. Okay, so this is the one more common indicator, which is called divergence, right? You can use it with the RSI, stochastic, whatever oscillator you may be using. Now, the second is a custom indicator that Lee actually put together called the spiral guide algorithm. And this is really, really amazing. This is my favorite indicator. It just makes it so easy to trade. Basically, you'll see here that we have this histogram here, and then we have two lines here, right? And if you want to make it as easy as possible, then you can simply trade it when it turns green. So for example, it turned green here, right? And you basically ride it all the way up till it turned red, right? And you get out here, and then it turned green again, and you basically just ride it. Now, what is the overall theory behind this? And this is just some magic indicator that you're selling on the internet, and the answer is no. Now, if you don't know the story about the turtle traders, there was basically back many years ago, a couple decades ago, there was a bet between these two guys, and this guy had this bet that I can take any random person off of the street and I can actually turn them into profitable traders. And so he gathered a group of, I can't remember exact numbers, but like 20 different traders, and taught them this exact mechanical system. And of that, this group of people that just followed these rules became wildly successful. And I can't remember the exact number, but I think everyone started with like $10,000. And I believe this one guy made like $19 million in the course of like 3 to 5 years. He was a 19-year-old kid, actually. And he did this using this turtle trading strategy. Now, what is the turtle trading strategy? It's basically designed to catch these fat tail big moves in the market. And basically this spiral guide algorithm was modeled after these turtle traders, where it's designed to catch these big fat moves. Like you can see here, you would have caught this huge move from, whatever price was at, like $10,000, and you would have exited, when it turned red here around like $50,000. So you would have caught this huge upside move. Now, not always you're going to catch these moves, but the idea is it catches these big trends, which is awesome because cryptocurrency markets tend to trend very heavily. Now, it won't always work out like that. You'll definitely have losing trades as well, but your losers historically will be very small in comparison to your winning trades, right? Now, obviously, this is a very simplified version of how to trade the SGA, but you can see here, this would be like a flat trade, right? It turned red here. It'd be told to sell right around like $10,000, and you'd sell it all the way till it turns green. And this was at about like $9,000. So you would have made a little bit of profit here, but not a lot, right? Even here, if you take a look at here, you would have maybe entered in around $8,000, and then you trade it out till it turns green, and maybe it's like around $9,000, $9,200. So you would have lost a little bit of money there. Now, the idea here is that this system is designed to capture these fat tail rewards, or these big trending markets. As you can see, like it's happening, here. You ride this trend from when it turns green, it was down at like $3,800, and then you just ride it all the way till it turns red at like $10,000. Boom. Okay, so these sort of moves make up for the losers. And again, in full transparency, this isn't a system that's going to win 100% of trades. It's more likely than not going to win like 30 to 40% of the trades. But the thing that makes it so profitable is the fact that it has such a skewed risk to reward ratio, where the winners are really, really big winners. So these are two different indicators that we love. If you'd like to try out the spiral guide algorithm for free, you can try it out on our website at bluedgefinancial.com/crypto. And again, you could try it for 7 days, and you only pay for it if you feel like it's worth it. Oh, and the cool thing about this is it works on any time frame, by the way. Like you could trade it down to the hourly time frame, and you'll see kind of the same sort of things. You could even trade this on like the 5-minute chart if you really want to. But again, it's really awesome in the way way that it captures these big fat tail moves. Like you saw a big move here, boom, traded all the way down to like here, boom. And then, you know, these shorter, you know, trades, obviously you're just kind of getting in and out of the market quickly with not a big loss is the idea behind it. But again, yeah, if you'd like to try this, then go on over to our website, blueedgefinancial.com/crypto. You can try it for free for 7 days, plus get all of Lee's insight and training on exactly how he predicts market tops and bottoms. And if this video was helpful, then go ahead, click subscribe, click like, and turn on the post notifications, and we will see you in another helpful crypto video.